Hi, I'm Wayne Nunez.
And I'm Lori Wong Nunez. Welcome to Showcase Hawaii, Hawaii's home shopping show.
We have a great show for you today. You know, it's the last segment in our creative industries division segments, and it's literary arts. It went by so fast.
I know, I can't believe it. Now, the goal was to provide mentorship to any of you interested in any of the 5 sectors of the creative industries. And we're just so proud to be a part of this.
We've had a lot of fun, and today's show is no exception. We are featuring local author, Chris McKinney. He is a UH professor, and he's also written 6 novels.
I know, it was such a pleasure meeting Chris, and he gave us so much insight, such great advice and suggestions. So for any of you out there who has a story in you.
Everybody has a story in them. Everybody.
That's true. But do you have the passion and the drive, and do you have the tools to make that book become a reality?
Well, Chris might be able to add some insight and give you a little bit of direction on what to do. So sit back and relax, and we hope you enjoy this featured segment only on Showcase Hawaii. This segment of Showcase Hawaii is presented and co-sponsored by the Creative Industries Division of the State of Hawaii.
One of the best compliments that I'm paid is, wow, you know, I really liked your book. The characters remind me of my uncle, my dad, you know, my mom, and all of that. Another funny one that I hear when I'm doing signings and stuff is that I don't read, but I read your book. I don't know quite how I feel about that one. I mean, on one hand, I'm again flattered, but I just kind of want to say, well, read more. I mean, you know, there are hundreds of talented authors and, you know, thousands of terrific books out there, and, you know, so I hope that if the tattoo, for example, is the first book they had read, I hope that it encourages them to seek out other books to read as well. You know, for just about all of my childhood, I never imagined that I would become a writer. I thought for a long time I thought I was going to become a lawyer and try to make a lot of money. But it wasn't until I was going to college that I sort of fell into it. You know, when I took my first creative writing class, and I got interest from the professors at UH, and, you know, they took an interest in me and encouraged me. So I just continued from there. So in fact, the tattoo, my first book, was my master's degree thesis, and well, you know, one of the professors there suggested that I submit it to publishing companies, and that's basically how that happened. I grew up in Kahalu, on the windward side of Oahu, and, you know, I'm not talking Ahui Manu Kahalu, I'm talking, you know, deep in like the boonies Kahalu, and it's just, I was fortunate in a lot of ways. You know, I had parents who essentially, especially my mother, who always said college, the word college. And, you know, by the time I was a teenager, I was essentially brainwashed into truly believing that college was the inevitable next step after high school. So when I'd gone to UH, it wasn't a surprise. It was just what I was supposed to do. So that was big. And once I got into school, and once, you know, that's when luck becomes it becomes a factor. If it hadn't been for the fact that I connected with who I connected with, you know, as far as mentors are concerned, it would have been far more difficult to make. I think that one thing that anybody who experiences, you know, some success in any field, really, they don't get there alone. Normally it comes with help, and sometimes, of course, you seek out that help, and sometimes you luck out and this help just sort of falls in your lap, and I think that was very important. So for me, at least, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but writing is essentially a compulsion. It's something that I can't help myself but do. The other thing that I would say about writing is that oftentimes people think that in order to be a writer, it takes qualities such as intelligence, thoughtfulness, empathy. I find that, and that's all true, but I think that maybe one of the most important qualities a writer can have is that compulsion to not be able to leave something undone. So for me, one of the biggest reasons why I was able to produce a number of books is because it drives me crazy to think that I'm not finished with something that I started. So I think that I feel fortunate that I have that quality, and it's helped me over the years. For the people who are first starting off, I would say, of course, make sure you read a lot, make sure that you know what's out there. And really take, not my advice, but Ray Bradbury's advice, and write about what you really, really love or really, really hate, because without that passion backing the project, it's going to be very, very difficult to complete it, because it is time consuming. It takes months and months, for sometimes years. So for the beginning writer, I would say that. For the writer who's looking to make the next step, I would say that if you've already experienced a certain amount of success in writing and in publishing, just keep going. You already have your foot in the door, and if you feel passionately about what you do, if you are the type of person who can't help him or herself anyway, just keep going. Publishers in Hawaii tend to be approachable. It's not as difficult to get in touch with a publisher regionally than it is nationally, of course. You need an agent, essentially, to publish with one of the big 5 New York publishing companies. They're the gatekeepers. There's no way a Harper & Row or anything is going to talk to you personally if you query them. But local publishers, if you contact them and sort of give maybe a synopsis of the thing that you're working on, and if they think that it's a great idea for a book, they will probably get back to you. That's not to say that it's easy to get published regionally or locally, because they only can put out X amount of books per year, and it's very competitive. When I was teaching fiction at UH, one of the things that I encountered that was pretty fun, out of curiosity, because I started suspecting that the class didn't really have a lot of avid readers. So I asked them casually in class whether or not, or what they read, how much they read and stuff like that. And of course there are a few who are devout readers, but the rest didn't really read much. And I found it funny that they somehow expected or imagined an audience who would be interested in what they wrote, and yet they weren't an audience of books themselves. So it's sort of an irony, and I tried to convey the importance of reading, and really it is one of the most important things you can do if you want to be a writer, is read as much as you possibly can. My writing students tend to, and and I was like this too when I was in high school and most of colleges, they don't draft, and it's all very rush, last-minute writing. And at a certain point, you discover that no matter how good you are at it, it's just a necessary part of the process to rewrite, to edit, to go over something again and again and again. I've often said that I've probably read the first page of every book I wrote 100 times. And that's essentially what will separate good enough writing from solid writing that you can be proud of. Over the last several years, I've been dabbling in screenwriting, and I had written a short film and independent feature that premiered at HIF in 2011. And so I'm sort of getting more and more interested in screenwriting, and right now specifically TV writing. So my writing partner and I, we applied to the Creative Lab last year, the 2013 Creative Lab, and fortunately we were chosen to participate. And what it was it's a week-long writing workshop. And we got to speak to people in the business, like Bobby Moresco, who's a two-time Academy Award winner, like Peter Lenkov, who's the showrunner for Hawaii Five-0. And the program was run by Michael Palmieri, who was just one of the smartest, most savvy writing teachers I had ever met. And all we did was, there were 12 participants. We workshopped all of the projects, and at the end, 3 finalists were chosen to go to Los Angeles. And it afforded us the opportunity to meet agents, managers, producers, and it was a huge deal for us because it opened doors that otherwise would not have been opened. And currently, the project that I'm working on, basically a crime noir series set on the Big Island, is currently being shot in Los Angeles by an agent from Gersh, and a producer is attached to it. So without Creative Lab, I don't see how that, I would be in the position that I am right now.
Here's some more resources to help you along your literary arts career path.
The Creative Industries Division of the State of Hawaii, Department of Business, Economic Development, and Tourism wants you to know that there are lots of resources out there to help you. Please check out their website at cid.hawaii.gov.
The great thing about this segment is we get to feature Chris's books.
Now, one of my favorite pastimes is reading.
Yes, we all love to read. We pass the reading bug on to our daughter, and it's just a great way to spend your time without plopping down in front of the TV. But
unless you're looking for a great
exceptions.
deal.
Exactly. If you're looking for a great deal and to watch a great show, the exception is Showcase Hawaii.
Now, you can always learn from reading other people's works, and it gives you ideas on how you can craft your own story. But what's really great is that Chris has focused on a Hawaii that a lot of people never have seen or know even exists.
The first book, The Tattoo, was written with, I guess you could say, a lot of attitude. So imagining an audience back then, I did so with that same amount. I didn't care. Sort of, this is a story that I'm telling. If you want to read it, great. If you don't, whatever. But over the years, I've become more and more conscious of audience. In fact, the one book that I've had the most specific audience in mind is the last one, The Redheaded Hawaiian, which is essentially inspirational story about a local boy who makes good, and it's nonfiction. And what I imagine the audience for that book to be is a younger audience, a teenage audience. I mean, I essentially kept it PG-13 for that reason. I just wanted to expose kids who may think that they live under this glass ceiling, that through hard work and determination they can pretty much become whatever they want, as long as they commit themselves to it.
So this is only a limited time offer.
We're offering all 6 books, so
Yes.
you get a bundle, and we're offering free shipping.
Right.
anywhere in Hawaii.
Now, Chris said his goal was, honesty, and I think it's really just giving people a glimpse into the lives of his characters and really revealing what their struggles are. And I think that, to me, is that common human element of choices that you have to make, decisions that take you on different paths because you have made those choices. So I think that's why he's getting the recognition he has been, because of his ability to, really get to the heart of these characters. And so I find it also really interesting that his first novel has become required reading at the University of Hawaii.
So I think that because when you're talking about a sort of grown-up local student body, I think that a book like The Tattoo really resonates with them. So it's a book that many of the kids can get into, and I think that that's probably the biggest reason why it's assigned by teachers. The cliche is that most first novels are semi-autobiographical, and with The Tattoo, that's certainly the case. Unfortunately, when you do that, you sort of blow all of your source material with that one book. So inevitably, you are forced to be creative, to be imaginative, to do research, because you are going to have to start writing about things that you haven't really personally experienced.
So what we're offering here is a special 6-pack. That's why we're both holding 3.
Yes.
And, and really it's a great deal. It's also a great way to support a local artist, but it's really depending on where you're coming from. If you're looking for something to read, or if you're looking to help an aspiring writer, or if you yourself are an author looking for writing styles, writing tips, and looking at really the way Chris has written his books. I think this is a great investment in your career future.
And The Tattoo and several of his other books were critically acclaimed. So these are great literature pieces that when you're reading them, it's just amazing how he throws you into the story, and you don't want to put the books down.
One of the first steps, for me at least, in conceiving a book is incorporating issues that I feel passionately about at the time. So, for example, the 4th book, Mililani Mauka, is a book partially about parenthood, and that was the first book I had written as a parent. So there is a little girl character who is, sort of a representation of my own daughter. And with that book as well, that's when homelessness in Hawaii essentially popped up. I mean, it was just, it felt like out of nowhere. And it was an issue that I wanted to explore, so I did so in that book. So I think I start with the sort of ideas, or maybe even themes, or issues that I want to explore and to study and to write about, and then I sort of build character and plot into those ideas.
The great thing about it, since you're getting 6, you could either keep them all for yourself, or you could pass them out, or you could form a book club, and then you could talk about them. There's a lot you could do with 6 books. That would be great. It is.
Now, we did go above and beyond and ask Chris to sign some of these. So there's only going to be a limited number.
Right.
If we run out, please don't call us or write us.
But look for the autographed copy in your bundle.
Yes.
Because we are including at least one autographed copy in every bundle. And I think it'd be a nice treat for you if you were able to get all 6 of these from a local author. Support your local creative industry. Support your local talent and your local author. We don't want the creative industry people leaving the island.
And there's so many opportunities within the publishing industry. You think of authors first, but there are so many others that participate in the whole publishing process, including the editors, right? So it goes a long way when you purchase a book, because you're also supporting the entire industry. So Again, limited time offer. We're so happy to be able to offer this to you. And it's a special 6-book collection by local author, Chris McKinney.
So let's say you're not a reader. You have friends or family.
Or you are a reader, but you like to look good.
Yeah. So well, let's say you buy the books and they're for somebody else. Well, you need something for yourself.
Or for the other person that you're sending to in the household. Like it's a couple or it's a family.
That's true. You gotta cover
Anyway,
everybody.
we found that one of the most popular items is jewelry.
And the other most popular item is what?
Jewelry.
No, yeah, for you, yeah, jewelry and jewelry. Koa. Koa's the other. So if you take koa and you take jewelry, you get our rings, which are awesome.
Right, and and the bling.
And the bling. But we also wanted to give, let's say you're not a ring wearer and you want to do something else. Well, we are featuring this week these really cool stainless steel koa barrel pendants.
Yes.
That's a mouthful. Stainless steel koa barrel pendants.
And it comes with this beautiful chain. And I personally love the bling because
I call it the SOS chain. It's like dash, dot, dash. It's a really
it's
cool.
like Morse code or something.
Yeah, exactly. Morse code chain.
Not sure what that means though. The dash, dot, you know.
I
But
know.
I mean, I should look that up. But I love the length. I love the shine of the chain. I think it's the look, the weight. I'm always all about the weight of the chain because it feels so elegant.
Well, it's a different look too because it's a more modern look. Lori is wearing one style, I'm wearing another style. She's wearing the style that has a little more stainless steel. And the great thing about stainless steel, it doesn't tarnish. And it won't turn your neck green. It's medical grade stainless steel.
That's important.
It's what they use with scalpels and tools that they're operating on with most people. And she has that style with a little bit of koa, double bands. I have the style with a lot of koa, and we'll get a close-up shot for each one of those. Now, as Lori was saying, the chain is included.
I think what I love the most is we always talk about trying to find a gift that's good for a man or a woman.
Right, man, woman,
right,
husband, wife.
Thanks for pointing that out. And you know, it really is a challenge, ongoing challenge for us. And so we love when we find something that we both like and that we both can wear. And what better gift than something that someone's going to wear and think of you and think about you, because you don't want it put in a box, tucked away in a drawer, or, you know, left on their table or in their closet. You want them to wear it, and you want it to become a conversation piece, because you know if you send it to someone on the mainland or anywhere in the world that people will say, wow, I love that. Where'd you get it from? So I loved one in Hawaii.
Exactly. So our local designer, he made the two different designs. One features a little bit more koa, so you can see the grain and the different ways the light plays on the grain. And then Lori's wearing the style that has a little more stainless steel, or a lot more stainless steel, with a double band of koa. And you know what a great idea would be? To have your pendant and have your ring, and then you're all set up, and when you're traveling around, people know you're from Hawaii because it's a great conversation piece, as Lori was saying. The other great thing about it is the price. They're only $35.
I know. It looks like $100 piece to me.
If not more.
If not more. I was going to say over $100
And
piece.
the thing is, you don't have to worry about it tarnishing. I love sterling silver, but the problem with sterling silver is you have to keep it in a plastic bag and it tarnishes. This will not tarnish. You could wear it in the water. It's coated, so the resin that's over the koa will keep it lasting for a lifetime, and the shine will just stay like that.
I love that it's reasonably priced but looks so much more expensive. And so you don't have to worry if you're traveling that you can wear it, or you can wear it out and not worry about it. And the other thing is, we have had so many friends and family members who have children who have graduated this year, and they're moving away for the first time and they're on their own, and they want a little bit of Hawaii. So we've got Christmas coming up, we've got kids moving away, and what better gift?
And this, if you notice, there's a trend with these barrel pendants that it's going around. And it's a fairly recent trend within the few years that we've seen it. This is one of the more modern pieces that I've seen. And it's a really great, simple piece to wear. You can dress it up, you could dress it down, you could wear it every day, you could wear it going out. And I don't wear a whole lot of jewelry because I don't like a whole lot of bling. So this is a nice simple way to add that Hawaii culture element and still add the bling at the same time.
Yes, and it's, again, it's so great that it can be masculine and it can be feminine, and it's all in one. So it's really a great gift for anyone on your list, and even for yourself, you know, to find something that is Hawaii, that is contemporary, that looks great, and that's durable and of high quality. What more could you ask for?
Now the barrel is about 5/8, 7 inch and about a 1/2 inch high. So it's not that big. It's not heavy at all. You can't even feel it on your neck. And there's a big enough hole that I think if you wanted to wear it on a charm bracelet, it just slides right off the chain, and you could wear it on a charm bracelet. The other thing is you could wear more than one on the chain. So if you get several, or if you get 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, you could wear several on the chain too.
I was just going to suggest that. You know how I am about multi-purchasing. So buy more than one, and you can mix and match, or I think it would look great to have 3 on one, and then, you know, you have 3 chains, and then you can mix and match. You could wear 2 one time, or, you know, have 3 different looks. So it really is a great piece. It's a timeless piece. I think you're going to just love it. So make sure that you log on to showcasehawaii.tv and order now.
Well, we had 2 great deals on this show, so if one doesn't work for you, I know the other one does.
And I would like any of the gifts, so, you know, anyone on your list would enjoy it.
So we hope you were able to get in on one of these great deals today.
The ordering process is so fast and it's so easy, so log on to showcasehawaii.tv.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.